Good morning, it's Veronica, the Foodie Food Girl, and I'm on day 3 of my water fast, and I'm actually feeling fantastic. Probably because I've done this a few times, and I do engage in intermittent fasting. And what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting means to sporadically do a fast of some kind, whether it's water or whether it's a dry fast. Dry meaning no water, no food. Water fast meaning obviously just water. So I usually do a 24-hour water fast a couple of times a month, maybe not quite once a week, although that would be optimal. And I do intermittent fasting on a daily basis, which means if I stop eating at 6 o'clock at night, I don't eat until actually noon the next day. But if you can go from 6 to 6, that's a 12-hour intermittent fast. And if you can go for longer, then that ends up being either a 14 or a 16 hour intermittent fast, which is really optimal for your body. Now, for myself, I get up early, I have some herbs with water and apple cider vinegar. If you've been watching me, you know what I do. And then I go into just water with amino acids, and then I finish off my morning with a green drink or a green juice. And so with all those nutrients going into my body, I'm not really hungry, so I don't really eat until, sometimes 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and that's fine. When you start this raw plant-based food style, you're getting so many nutrients that your body is A, doing the happy dance, and B, it's just not that hungry. What happens is you have these bad and good, I'll call them parasites in your body. And the good ones are the ones that, eat all the bad stuff. And the bad ones are the ones that live in and live off of sugar. And a lot of the foods are conventional food style, which I engaged in before I did this. Sugar, pasta, cakes, cereal, bread, white rice, all the whites. That kind of thing turns into sugar in your body, and these parasites love that. They just thrive in it. But here's the interesting thing. When they're not getting that sugar, they release this toxin, this chemical that goes directly to your brain, the part of your brain that stimulates hunger. And so your body then tricks you into believing that you're hungry. So guess what, guys? It's not even you that's hungry. It's the parasites that are hungry. And they're just releasing this toxin that's going, hey, feed me, feed me. And you start getting into this little bit of a rut where you start really eating a lot of carbohydrates, because bad carbohydrates turn into sugar. And so these guys are doing the happy dance, but you're not able to do the 20-minute workout, or you might be lethargic, and you might just be continually hungry because you're actually not being fed nutrients. So another reason for doing a water fast is to cleanse, is to get rid of the toxins, and it's to starve these guys and flush them out. I know that sounds really bad, but if you can just wrap your head around it, it kind of makes sense. So by doing this water cleanse, which I'm on day 3, I'm going to try to go to day 5. A lot of things happen. It releases a lot of stuff that's been sort of stuck in there. And imagine a pot of rice that you forgot was on the stove, and it got burnt and it's stuck to the pot and it's all cruddy. What do? You put that pot in the sink and you add water, because the water will release it and get it away from the pot, and you can rinse the pot then. And it's the same kind of thing. The water flushes all this stuff that's, kind of latched on inside of our intestinal tract, in our organs, such as our liver and our kidney. And so there's so many reasons to do this kind of a water cleanse. It's like I said, to flush out the toxins, to get rid of the parasites, to clean up your organs, to actually get rid of your brain fog. Although sometimes for people that are doing this for the first time, their brain can become foggy, and you can become a little dizzy and lightheaded and very fatigued. And it's because, as I mentioned in my previous video on day 2, it depletes your energy because the energy is being reserved for repairing and rejuvenating and just sort of, you know, fixing your body and cleansing. So all the work is being done behind the scenes, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. Today I feel fantastic. I've got lots of energy. I went for my morning walk. I walked my dog. I do have a lot of things to do today, but it's not physical stuff that I'm doing today. I got my physical stuff out of the way in the morning because I'm used to doing this intermittent fasting, so I'm good on that. It's just nearing the end of the day, I just have to keep myself mentally occupied because, you know, my stomach growls, and that just basically means there's really not a lot in there, and my intestinal tract is looking for stuff, and it's also the parasites. And listen, if you live with a pet, you have parasites regardless. That's another topic, which I do. I live with a pet. And so basically, I like to keep myself very mentally engaged during the day. So I'm normally not thinking about food. And the other important thing is I have no produce on my counter, which is it's really affecting me in that way because it's summer and I love to eat all this stuff. But I just really felt this was a good time to do it. I had just finished eating all the produce in my fridge. I had been mentally gearing myself up for a couple of weeks now, just because the timing wasn't right. As I mentioned, I'm a full-time realtor, so I'm busy. I'm actually doing showings on Friday, so I don't know what that's going to be like, not having any food until Friday, and then I have to, you know, go downtown and show condos and do that kind of thing. So anyway, keep watching, and I hope that this helps you. And as I keep mentioning, I do one-on-one coaching. I can certainly help you through this because it's not just drinking water. You need a mental and emotional coaching through this because it does take you to some wild places if you haven't done this before. And you know, when you're tired and sleeping a lot, you start wondering what's going on. Is this the right thing to do? It is the right thing to do. Your body is flushing and detoxing, and it's really fantastic, so just rest. So if you are thinking of this, make sure that you have a time frame where you're not going to be engaged in a lot of extracurricular activities, where you're not going to be enticed to eat, or, you know, you're not going to be doing social gatherings or pool parties or barbecues or whatever you end up doing. You just have to stay low and look at this as self-care, look at this as self-love. And you know what, at the end of the day, no one is applying for the job of being you. You're the only one responsible for you, and there's only a few things we can control in our lives, and one of them is our body. What we put in our mouth is a direct effect of what our body is going to either go through or look like. And so you can control your health by what you put in your mouth, and what you think about is another big one. That's another whole topic. But getting back to what I was talking about with the water fast, I do coaching, one-on-one coaching. You can go to my website and check that out. But as I said, be prepared for this. For those that haven't done it, it can be a little bit of a rocky road. And for those that have been doing intermittent fasting or fasting once a week, it won't be a big deal. And you're really helping yourself and your body. So have a raw, amazing day. Stay tuned for day 4.